So, again, setup-wise, these are different clubs, but in theory, what we would normally see, the longer club, you'd be more guilty of the club whipping too far inside and you trying to move out further. So we just watch this left-hand one here now. This is your 7-iron on the left, okay? Takeaway with the hands relative to the club head was pretty good. But you can see your hands are kind of moving slightly out this way on the way back, sort of pushing away. And then sort of we get to about halfway back. Look at your left arm now to your chest. It's all getting a little bit disconnected slightly. And I'm not saying you've got to suck your arms in, but look at the difference now in terms of where your hands work back on this one. So almost that wrist pushing down there. So the hands are working in there. The daylight now is lost between your leg. Look where that club finishes there. Nicely on your hand line there, okay? And then we look at halfway back now. Look at the difference in your left.
And it's actually closed.
So it's connected, it's all in line. Always about that club being in front of you, which lo and behold, that club is in front of you. This one here now, that club's kind of a bit sort of out too far this way, and then you've got to try and get that. So to get any depth now, you've either got to turn, 100 and plus degrees, which for most people is not going to be feasible or comfortable, or start quickly dragging your arms back behind you, or if you're not careful now, you get quite sort of separate at the top of the backswing. Now your arms are coming down sort of slightly more over the top in terms of the path, steeper, you hit that shot a bit weak, and then you're sort of trying to square the club face up, and you're getting a couple of those sort of cutty ones off to the right there initially. This one here now, with that good path at the top of the backswing, club now's in a good spot there now, your arms and elbows look a bit more connected. Club can come back down a bit more through your right shoulder. In an ideal world, we're getting that sort of angle slightly shallow, as we said. Club coming into the golf ball now, nicely from the inside there now. You're able to use your hands effectively and release the club better. Ball starts straight and pretty much stays dead straight. Yeah? But that takeaway now, you're dialing in nicer. The hands are working in here. So the daylight between there and there, as you go back, the hands now are working in. But the club, as we can see, when we get to about this point here now, the club head is pretty much, and the next one there you go. There's the club head there. So it's basically in front of you really, really, really nicely, yeah? So that there is spot on. Yeah?
And it doesn't, I always expect that to feel really kind of awkward.
But that's the thing. And this is the thing.
Fluid.
Yeah, and that's it, because you're creating connection with a good movement, not trying to get connection by just sucking your arms like a T-Rex. And that's why I hate the towel draw.
Right.
Chipping and pitching, it's good because it's a small little swing. But you see guys trying to get the head cover or glove under their arm, and you see them in the range, I call it the T-Rex thing, because your arms are literally looking like a T-Rex. You've got no width, nothing at all. So we're maintaining connection looking down here in terms of the arms in front of your chest, but it's not like this way. Yeah? If I turn and move here now, I mean, if I had a towel under my arm, it'd probably start falling away eventually. If I do this here now, definitely falling away. You stick a towel under there now, you're going to go... that's just awful. So it just really restricts your swing. It feels like a straitjacket's on you, and you just can't move, and the shots aren't very good. That drill stemmed from like the Faldo, where when Ledbetter and Faldo were working together, Faldo was out in towel under his arms because he was quite kind of his old, he was quite elbowy, and he had a lot of separation, but he would do that with the towel under his arm with a 9-iron for like 100 yards. So it wasn't a full 9-iron, he was just pitching it, and he did it as a drill. I can remember I used to watch that
just
video.
I
mean, it was a VHS I had of the old Nick Valderrama. Used to wear those lovely green trousers and stuff, and that sort of bright Pringled t-shirt, with a massive collar. He's there with David Ledbetter trousers up here, and they're doing all these different shots around Valder. I used to love that video. It's one of my favourite videos as a kid growing up. And I remember that towel drill, and I remember so many of the kids back then were sort of on the range, and they well, if fouled it in the night, let's start in drivers. These kids are like, what are doing this? And then we realised it didn't make any sense, but it's like, a lot of people sort of take it to the nth degree and go, well, if you do it this speed with this club, surely if we go longer and faster, it'll be better. It's like, no, that's a drill. It's like, you wouldn't do a putting drill for a driver, would you? So you do all these things with putting sticks under your arms and get connected. That's useless for a driver. So I think you've got to understand what creates connection. It's not simply take your elbows and stuck them into your elbows, into your side here, and then just try and flail your arms around you and just try and turn your torso.
You can keep them stuck in there and still go out too far.
Of course you can, exactly. And then the thing is, what happens, then your body can't move as well. So the button's working in, the takeaway, the hand staying nicely inside, the club's working back. That there is, for me, really, really what we talk about is sort of the club working up the shaft line there, and that is pretty darn good there. That's good. I mean, in fairness, it's probably on a better line. Just the camera is a little on the, because this table here now, the camera's a little bit high. So if the camera was down level with your hand, that would be spot on. So I look at that and think, okay, slightly underneath for me is actually not a bad spot, because if the camera was tilted down, as it would be, you'd be on there. But before, you had the club kind of under here, then you fixed it by stopping the club going, by getting the club too far this way. it's now kind of dialed
Yeah.
back in on the right spot. So the top of the backswing, that's good, yeah.
Does it stay on play?
Yeah. Well, halfway back there is great at the top of the backswing, and you shut it back down. It's slightly steepening there, but again, slightly okay. But that's something again we're going to go through once this.
So the thing there to do is to try and get it back onto that plane.
But it's going to slightly kind of work up, and it, in theory, kind of goes up and a bit down underneath. But I wouldn't worry about doing that too much yet. That's going to be more again how the body's reacting, and you can only really do that when you see a certain shape of shot. Yeah. If there's still that kind of like slight cutty one, the thought of lowering the shafts is going to just send the ball further right for you. So until we start getting vicious hooks or pulls, then that's not going to be an issue for me, to be fair. But getting that club working up and down there nicely with the hands and the body working more in sync. And as you said, you're feeling more that movement better with the body,
definitely,
rather than you trying to manipulate the club with the hands.
It really feels like the power's coming from there. Instead of
that's the end. The engine's the body moving around yourself, and that's what's going to get the club working back and forth. You then dial up the speed or power with how much you hinge or lift your arms. That's basically what it comes down to. So,
well, I guess by getting that shoulder deeper, you're actually rotating your chest.
It's that kind of coiling up and getting some speed. Okay, mate. Makes sense. Good man. Let's have a couple more then to finish off, and I'll load this up for you to send through. But no, looking very good now, mate. So you basically got that first part of the sequence now looking good. So got to keep moving that. Drill to the point where almost you can't not do it. That's the key thing. So otherwise, Rob, looking good, mate.